body. It's my first live without the AirPods, so hopefully it sounds good to y'all. It's a good day. It's a good Sunday. People are out chilling. People out in the having some drinks. It's not too cold. So I predicted Ortiz versus Lubin wrong. At first, I had said that Ortiz was probably going to win by decision over Lubin, and then I had changed it to a stoppage, like in the late championship rounds. I think I said like the 11th or the 10th round, and um, and of course, context matters, circumstance matters. In that Lubin's been through some heavy wars, man. The fight that he had with Mono Ramos, of course, the fight he had with Fundora. It's gonna take a toll. It's gonna take a toll on the body, on the brain. Speaking of which, though, before I forget, I was thinking today. I think now as a co-main for the PBC World, they should do like Lubin versus La Bala Mendoza. That's a good fight. They could make that now. I'm not sure what you would call that, a filler, but hold on, guys. Let me put this on mute for a second. Actually, not. But anyways, the fight with Lubin, what I like about it, to me, is I like Ortiz. He's a very composed offensive fighter. I like it. And to me, personally, I see a lot of traits from old school Erik Morales, El Terrible Morales, the terrible Morales. Maybe some of you might agree. Of course, Morales was more in the lower weights. I think right now my best comparison, or I guess what I see, is in his, I guess maybe prime time when Morales first beat Pacquiao for some super featherweight bout, right, 130. And I remember particularly like the Morales that we saw in round one against Pacquiao. That Morales is what I'm seeing in Vergil Ortiz nowadays. And maybe you guys might know, but I don't know as far as the age, if they're about the same, but that's the vibe I'm getting at. I like Morales' stance, a bit similar to me to Virgil's stance, but more so the fluidness in throwing hands both left and right. That's what I see right now in Virgil. And of course, he's a fighter. But before I forget, man, I'm still gonna say, for me, the top dog at 154 is still Sebastian Fundora, man. The towering inferno Fundora. As they say, the styles make fights, but for me, Fundora is still a hard guy to beat for anybody at 154. Like obviously, I think we would agree that Ortiz would have to get on the inside with Fundora. He has the power to do so, smother those punches, but we do know Fundora likes to fight on the inside too. And the one thing that makes Fundora dangerous with Ortiz's style is that Fundora likes to throw short, like looping hooks on top of your temples if you have your high guard up. That's what's dangerous about Fundora. And it doesn't matter if you're Boots, if you're Vergil Ortiz, or whoever at 154. He's a dangerous fighter. So be ready for that. Maybe you can take some things from the Bala Mendoza fight against Fundora, but again, guys, Fundora is also improving, and then Fundora is seeing his mistakes too. And if I'm Fundora, to fight guys like a Boots or like a Vergil Ortiz, you gotta fight them from the distance and use that jab, and that's what Fundora has. Can he still make 154? Obviously, he has to, right? If he still wants to hold the belt. I think guys like Fundora gotta be at 160 at the very least. Maybe even 168. I don't know how Fundora makes 154, but Fundora just definitely needs to be at 160. Who else? Oh, you guys know I did a video on what's his name, the guy that beat Boachuk twice. What's his name, guys? Brandon Adams. That's another guy, man. That's another dark horse, gatekeeper, if you will. But Brandon Adams is no joke, guys. I would have a hard time picking Adams versus Ortiz. Maybe I would lean to Ortiz on a split decision on points, but Brandon Adams can crack, man. That guy's nice. I like Brandon Adams. He's a good boxer, even for boots. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't even know who I think Brandon Adams is with TKO or Zuffa Boxing, but if anybody's gonna be avoided at 154, make no mistake, Brandon Adams is gonna be avoided at 154. I still do. I'm still looking forward to the Keith Thurman versus Fundora fight. As I said before, for me, Keith Thurman is like one of the longest reigning pros right now. I mean, Thurman's been around since 2017, man. He's got about a year ahead of Crawford, Wilder, the Charlos, if you want to include, I guess, Wilder, but Thurman's been in there. And you guys know me, I'm biased to older cats, be it if they want to be labeled as underdogs, but I'm rooting for Keith Thurman to beat Fundora. That's a hard fight. I mean, I'm picking Fundora, but I would want Keith Thurman to win, guys. Let me say a shout out to Elena Euskara. She says hi to everybody. Shout out to Elena. But yeah, guys. So it was a good fight. Lubin had a bad game plan. I mean, he tried to play rope-a-dope in the second round. He just gambled on the wrong strategy. A guy like Ortiz, who's gonna want to bang on you on all parts of your body on the ropes, that's a big risk. And Lubin was trying to find moments where he could time Ortiz on some counters, but Ortiz he just had that good head movement. He just know how to crouch down, and Lubin was missing them shots. And I guess what clipped Lubin was that right hand from Ortiz, and he couldn't get back from that from the ref's point of view. And I think most of us would agree it was probably good that they stopped it. So Elena says, Adane said hi. Adane. Yo, Elena, this is a box canal. Al cuerpo. Al cuerpo. Yeah, we got some Turkish girls doing some shout outs to you guys. But yeah, man, maybe, I mean, it's weird, man. These styles make fights. Maybe, I mean, what I meant by Erik Morales and Pacquiao, maybe that's a bad comparison because obviously Boots is no Pacquiao. They're both southpaws, but it's not a correct comparison because Boots is a different style than Pac. Pac is more of he's more of a hungry fighter, and that's the type of fights that Morales likes. But the thing is, when Morales lost to what's his name, Raheem, after the first Pacquiao fight, and then he lost by stoppage. Hold on, guys, hold on. My boy's trying to do skateboard right now. Yeah, she says merhaba. Old Hackford says merhaba. What up, though? Yeah. Herkese merhaba. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, so it's not a good comparison to do Pacquiao and Boots. But I guess what I'm talking about is like the primeness right now. The primeness. And Ortiz is a fan-friendly fighter, man. He's fun to watch. He's hungry. It's time for him to get a strap. Here's a good topic, I guess, or debate. Should we make Boots and Ortiz next? Hold on. Elena says Ben Gideon. I don't know what that is. Yo, what's Ben Gideon? Never Boots. I think Boots and Ortiz can marinate a bit, guys. We don't gotta rush it. We don't gotta rush. Yeah, that's a big debate right now because fans want that next. But here's the thing, guys. I want you guys to learn about this. If Turkey's not calling for that fight next or soon, then you would ideally assume that the fight's going to be maybe in 2027. They have plans for that. Ring Magazine wants to marinate and brew that fight. Maybe unification at 154 between the two. But Turkey has the voice. If you guys want that fight, if you guys want Riyadh season to make Boots versus Ortiz, first things first, or Turkey's got to call for that fight. Turkey's got a voice. He knows how to tweet, and we'll see what he wants, right? Let's see if Eddie Hearn and Oscar, if they can convince Turkey to do a shout out for that fight. Maybe it could be ring 6, right? Ring 6 or ring 7, one of those events. Yeah, Lena says bye. Hoşça kal. Good job, John. Let's see. Ads and equal stickers feels illegal, but isn't it? Feels illegal, but isn't it? I don't even know what the hell that is. Feels illegal, but isn't it? Nah. I don't know what the hell this is. Okay. Sorry, guys. I get these messages from YouTube about some stickers or whatever. So, yeah, man. But again, I like Ortiz. He's a top 4, man, at 154, top 3 at 154. Of course, Boots as well. But guys, I get a feeling that Fundora is really the hardest fighter at 150. It's the most challenging fight at 154. You live and learn. I mean, if you could sneak in a hook and clip Fundora the way Bala Mendoza did, Brian Mendoza, then yeah, maybe you got a shot. But again, I think since that fight, Fundora's looked better defensively. He still likes to fight, of course, as the fight with Tim Tszyu. He likes to bang it, but I think Fundora's team might have a different game plan against. Hold on, guys. Let me press this off. So we'll see how that goes down, man. But let me know what you guys think. You guys want that next? You guys want Boots and Vergil Ortiz next, or you guys don't mind it marinating a bit? You know. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna cut out here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll catch you for another one for Al Cuerpo Boxing to the Body. I'll catch you next one. Peace.